Hello everyone. Good evening. Good morning. I'm audible and do you see my screen? Can you confirm?
We can see your screen and we can hear you loud and clear, and your screen is visible.
Okay, all right. All right. So, as you all can see, this is a CCNP to CCI Enterprise track. You also know that we provide security and security tracks and other modules here in network journey. So, this is CCNP to CCI. And when I say CCNP, we will have some fundamental topics from CCNA levels initially for a week or two, and then we will get jumped into CCNP, and then we go to CCI Enterprise. So the modules that we will cover would be fundamental topic, or you can also call it as a bridging topics. So all the important topics only will be discussed, not that we will cover the whole CCNA, all the important ones. Then we will get into the Encore NRC module, which is your CCNP basically. Then we will get into SD-WAN. Then we will get into DNAC Catalyst Center. And then finally we have the CCI EI bootcamp. So the whole journey is going to be at least 5 to 7 months if you take module after module. However, sometimes what we do, we run two or more modules at a time. Say, for example, if this modules are going in two different time slot, then you can take both the modules at a time and cover it up bit lesser duration. So it might, let's say, instead of taking 5 to 7 months, might be it will take 4 months. This is all your choice. If you already are well versed with Encore NRC and you want to just attempt to revise it, however, SD-WAN is your top-notch priority, then you can take it that way. But someone who is just starting from very beginner level, then go step by step. Each module will be on a weekend basis. This is a weekend batch, and the timing is going to be 6 to 8 p.m. in India. So which is a right time for CST as well. So this is how the flow is structured. Okay. So we'll just go on with few more details. So I'll be taking this entire batch, and my name is Sagar, and I teach enterprise and security and automation. Okay, I'll just come up with some technical topic. We can discuss the overview and other things after some time. However, let's have some refresh done. So what I've done is for just to keep this interesting, we can have an interactive session, and I have picked a topic called a CCNA or so. Can someone tell me what is BGP? What is the full form of it? What does it do? So it's just your memory check game now. So what is it? What is BGP?
For a gateway routing protocol.
Sorry.
For a gateway routing protocol.
Okay.
And
Where do you see this? Where do you apply this?
on the on your ISP networks generally,
Mm-hmm.
and you obviously build the edge devices to your to your customer.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What
BGP
else?
is the
Sorry.
backbone of the internet. BGP is the backbone of the internet. The whole internet is running on BGP.
Okay. What else? Key points.
Yeah, usually between two autonomous systems.
Hmm. Yeah, so we can put it over here. It's an autonomous system. What else?
It's a path vector protocol.
Okay, path vector. There's another name for BGP, right? I mean, as per classification, which type it falls to?
EGP.
Yeah, there's something called EGP, Exterior Gateway Protocol. Okay, what else? Anything from OSI layer, where does it belongs to?
OSI layer 7.
Okay, layer 7. It's also called as application layer. However, this OSI, you can call BGP in layers 4 because it operates on TCP port number. Do anyone know what is the TCP port number?
179.
Yeah, so it is 179. What else do you know about the technical key points? AD,
Uh,
the different types of BGP.
in Cisco, it is an AD of the exterior is an AD of 20, then the interior is an AD of 200, which means the exterior BGP is more prioritized than the interior.
Okay. Okay. What else?
Okay, so BGP uses things like weight to make path selection rather than the other routing protocols like OSPF, which uses things like cost.
Hmm. So how do BGP does? Sorry, I missed that part. OSPF does take consider of cost. So what about BGP? So BGP needs cost or bandwidth or anything?
It uses weight. So it's more like reliability when it comes to BGP.
See, when it comes to BGP path selection, it is not only
Yes,
weight, there are many things. There is something called path attributes.
yes.
Okay, and weight is one of it. So you have AS number, you have local preference, you have origin, next hop. So there are many things which will contribute to the path selection. Okay, what else? Any key factor from loop prevention? Have you guys heard about any
Yes.
loop prevention mechanism in BGP? Sorry, come
Uh,
again.
so
Okay. It uses loopbacks to prevent the the loops within the networks.
So what with via what
Using
mechanism?
we use loop loopback interfaces, and that even guarantees that our routers are always reachable. even if some of the routers that you will normally go through in between before you reach your destination are down, but because of the loopbacks that will that are configured, you will be able to reach your destination.
No, that loopback you're telling it from different scenario. But for loop prevention, there are different mechanisms.
AS.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so BGP use route reflection on prevention of loops. It's whereby so BGP by its nature, when it's like sending its packets, it moves just one hop. So whenever you want to do like you want to send maybe into the OAS, it does what you call route reflection, whereby it reflects the routes between the routers that are in the AS.
See, route reflector, I'll agree, but the explanation about having route detail is not matching for route reflector. That is for AS path, what you're telling. So my next question was on the same. So we'll go with AS path. AS path is one of the loop avoidance mechanism, but where does it get counted in eBGP or iBGP?
In EBGP.
In eBGP. So what AS path does? Say for example, I have multiple AS, and if my source is this, my destination is this, and if my packet is traveling like this. So what is AS path? Let's say if this is AS1, this is 2, this is 3, my route will get appended with this AS number. So that means the same prefix, when if it goes back to from where it started, the AS was already integrated on that prefix. So now that's a loop and it won't accept those prefix which already has that AS number in it. So this is how AS path comes into picture for loop avoidance. Okay, now coming to that route reflection, etc. But before route reflection, there are something else in iBGP loop prevention. So anyone know those three?
The
Yes.
split
Oh.
horizon rule.
Which one?
Yes. Because,
The split horizon rule.
Correct. What are the mechanism for that?
The router will learn and
I will
a
say
route
that
from
I will say that route reflector is second of that. What is first one and what is third one?
first one is full mesh, and the third one will be the configuration.
Yes, so this is the third one, BGP configuration.
Hmm.
Okay, so this mechanism we use it for iBGP alone. Full mesh, that means you connect all the routers. All the routers must be neighbors. Even if they're not directly connected, we are going to virtually connect them. Route reflector is one that where you pick up a router and that router is going to be connected with all other BGP speaker. So all the update happens via route reflector. And BGP configuration is that once you have a bigger AS number, you split into sub AS number and treat it in terms of eBGP. So once the eBGP kicks in, it's again the AS path which comes into picture. So in the BGP configuration, which is a part of iBGP, but what we do here logically is we try to make sub AS so that they start getting treated in the eBGP format. And we know that in eBGP format, the AS path is something which is uh, considered for the loop prevention. So overall, this is what loop prevention happens totally in BGP. If you classify in eBGP and iBGP, then this is what is written on the screen now. Okay, what are the other key features for BGP? Do anyone know the hello and hold timers? Do you consider BGP as a fast convergence protocol or a slow convergence protocol?
It's a slow convergence protocol.
So convergence.
Okay, so if we say it as slow, then definitely the hello and hold would be more. compared to others, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so it is 60 and 180 for BGP. Okay, and what about load balancing? What is your interpretation on the load balancing factor? Because you know that EIGRP OSPF supports load balancing. So does BGP supports load balancing? So
I
BGP
think
doesn't support
if
load balancing. Okay, it has to have only single neighborship at always. You can have load balancing in terms of dual redundancy, but it's a active standby scenario. Okay, so normally what BGP does, it always work on a principle to go via single best path rather than sending from here or sending from there, because then that will create asynchronous routing. So it will only send one. That's why it doesn't support load balancing. But what happens in OSPF and EIGRP, by default, they have best path put up in the routing table. So that's why the first packet TCP can go in first path, the second might go in second, because it is supporting load balancing. But if you open up any BGP routes, there will only be one in the routing table. Okay, there will be backup in a BGP tables, but in the routing table you will find only one. If the first path goes down, then it will take it up from the BGP route or from the BGP database table. Okay, that was a quick theory. Now I just want to show you, because I don't want to put you people on a complex theory today. So I just want to introduce you people to our lab and materials and all those things. Okay, so here you can see that this is the one. This is the one which we give for our CCNP enrolled candidates. So this lab has almost all the topic that we can discuss from the CCNP ENCORE and NRC perspective. All the routing protocol, switching protocol, then the IP security, IP services, everything we discuss in this. Okay, so BGP, every the things we were discussing, we will discuss in this portion. And then I was also showing you that there is something called SD-WAN, right? Software defined networking. So this is the SD-WAN lab. So we'll give you the license for this so that you can onboard all your devices to the controllers and practice. And rest, like for CCIE boot camp, we also have another topology, which I'll just show you here. Just a minute. One second, I'll just take it from here. See, this is the CCNP Enterprise and Core NRC. This is SD-WAN. And for CC Enterprise practice, we will practice on this. So this is our practice lab. So you will get all the scenario typed question. This is the outline for enterprise, for Encore, for NRC, for SD-WAN, for the DNAC. So I'll just show you how does this lab works. I have it open. So see, this is how the labs look like. Okay. If I have to reset it to a screen resolution, so this is how it looks like. So how do you bring up the devices? So we will be giving you this lab access, right? So how do you get them? So let's say if you want to power on the device, you will right click and you will click on start button. So when you start them, when they start booting up, you will see that they have turned to this bluish color, right? So once you have them up, then you can double click and it will open up in terminal. So from that terminal, you can practice. Now, how you practice it? How do we provide you our material? So we have, I'll show you. Let's say we have this kind of workbooks. Okay. So we can do one workbook today. So you'll understand the feel of performing CCNP labs. So these workbooks will have step-by-step instructions. Say, for example, today we discuss something for BGP. So I am just going to a BGP topic. So you will be put up with the screenshot with the details like IP addressing and subnet mask. And then you would be given some task. Configure the BGP lab, then analyze the BGP tables and the packet, verify active and passive, right? Then you start, either you refer and you do it, either you copy paste it, or if you're already well versed with BGP, then try this at your site, because all the IP schemas are given on the topology itself. So you all might come from different networking experience background. So one would need more help. Might be he wants to copy this and then find the validation. One would refer to this and then try to do the validation. Some of you might be in an advanced level where you can configure it by seeing this IP configured on this, right? So let's pick up from a beginner level. So let's say if you are very new to this, then you can refer the config, because we are already going to discuss in the live class, right? I'm going to show you in the live class. So once live class is done, then at your side, as per your convenience, you can spin up the lab and start configuring. So once you start configuring, then you have to make sure the validation is done, because validation is important, whether you're getting the output, you're not getting the output, whether you're getting the needful prefixes as per the workbook. So this is important. So I have done green color wherever it's a config to be pushed, and I've made it yellow color to highlight which line is to be checked upon your configuration. Okay, so that easily you can identify. And I've also explained the meaning of each table, because when you collect those show output, there are a lot of things shown sh get shown up on that show command. So this is how you can also correlate, or you can understand what that is referring to. I'll just tell you here. So when you just took a show command output, show IP BGP summary, it gave you this output. So here, what is V stand for? What is this? What is this? What is this? So those explanation you will find it here in the table. Okay. And this is another BGP table. Then this is a routing table. So this was our first task of configuring and getting the packet captures and to see the states and to see the validation. Okay, and that's how we proceed. So we have active passive, then we have the next scenario coming in. So the whole workbook will follow something similar format. This is the Wireshark capture. Okay, so it is going in depth to the packet level, what you have to observe in the Wireshark, what is SYN packet, what is the port. So it's all highlighted for you. Okay. So this is how it goes. Now to do some basic lab, very basic lab, what we can do, we have 3 routers with us. So we can simply configure some interface and we can try bringing up our BGP routes. Okay. So first we'll take some notepad. Let's say BGP lab. We are going to configure iBGP and eBGP as per the diagram. And then we are going to validate it. We are going to check the show commands, etc. So what is my first device with me on AS number 6500? So I have something called ATT R26. So how does the config look like? So you will get into configure terminal, correct? Then let's say this is a brand new device. You're going to configure the host name, right? Then you're going to get into the interface level. First, let's do all that basic initial interface and all those. So this is interface E0/2, no shutdown. You can enter the description stating that this is eBGP. You can configure the IP address 209.165.201, 1.255.255.252. Why? Because my diagram says /30. That's why. Then I'll go into the router BGP. This is a AS 6500, right? Then I'll configure the neighbor statement. Whom do I has a neighbor? 10.172.13.1. What is its remote AS? The remote AS is 6501. Do you have any network to advertise? Let's say this is my first router with the host name R26. So I'll take it up as a loop back and I'll also define that. So let's say a network 0 and you can configure mask something like this. And over here, you can create your loopback interface ID. Loopback 1 IP address 26.26.26. Okay, let's say mask. And then you can give the IP address. So this is on one side. Now the same thing you can do it on the remaining 2 routers. So we'll just take it as a reference and we will make the changes. Vodafone R27. So that is my host name. I have E0/2, which is dot 252. Then I also have another interface on this router, which is interface E0/1, no shutdown, description, eBGP. Then what is the IP address? IP address of this is 10.172.13. Uh, 1.255.255.250. Then you can give your interface. Interface we can consider 27.27.27.1 and okay, I think we did a wrong neighbor IP. So the neighbor IP here is .2. Okay, that was our first device. So here there will be a route back. That means neighbor back. So neighbor 201.1 remote AS of 6500. Okay, because it's a eBGP. You also have another neighbor here, which is a iBGP. So neighbor 10.172.13.2 remote AS 6500. And if in case you have a network to advertise, so let's say 27. This is your network. Now we'll do it for the last router. If you prepare in Notepad, it becomes easier for you to revert back and fix any issue. R28. So this is R28. Then you have 1/0. Sorry, not 1/0. 0/1. You have interface 10.172.13.2. This is going to be /24. Loop back, you can create 28. And neighbor is at .1, remote AS of this. And network is this one that I'm advertising. Okay, simple BGP lab. So there might be some typo. Do not worry about it, because once you copy, you will get some errors, right? If you, in case you made some typo. So we can fix those time. Now, how do I copy to this? I'll just bring our regular putty session, and we can easily copy those things we configured. So if I click it one single click, it will open this. See, this is a blank device right now. You can see that it's showing you as a initial dialog. So say no to this. So if you do not see the screen, then I'll just increase the font size. I'll make it 12 maybe. I believe it is clear now. So it's showing you all the default prompt. I'll go to conf t. I've already copied from the config that we prepared, right? So I'll just paste it. So if there is any error, it will identify now. So did we get any error? So we are inside conf t. Okay. Then we configured the host name. We configured interface. We have the loopback. Then we configured the BGP. So from the command perspective, there was no problem. If you see the BGP summary, there would be no neighborship as of now. That's why it's showing you active state. From the interface, you can check if those interface that you configured are up and up, not admin down something. And also, you should know that this kind of emulators lets you have packet capture. So first I'll bring all the CLIs. Okay, now I'll go to the visual mode, and I'll start capturing the packet, because it is interesting to see how BGPs are formed and what TCP packets kicks in. So this is how the Vasha comes. Okay. Now it's time to go back and do the pending configuration. So I'll take up for the centermost device. I'll increase the font size here. Interval is sufficient. Conf t and then paste this. So you did interface, you did interface on the IBGP side, then you did the loopback, then you did the router BGP configuration. So yeah, you can see something coming up because now the eBGPs are formed. Okay, we'll finish off our other things as well. That is this one. I'll increase the font size here. Okay, so we did configuration here. We have interface. We have okay. We could have made it IBGP on this side. Doesn't matter. It's only the description. Okay, so you could have made IBGP here. It doesn't matter. It's just a cosmetic change only. Okay, now let's see what has happened. Show IP BGP summary. You have one neighbor. That's your IBGP. Show IP BGP summary. Okay, looks like that centermost has not, the first and the second has not formed it. So there can be chances your subnet is not matching or the IPs have messed up. So you can see on the centermost router that you have IBGP relation, but the eBGP for some reason is idle state. So this is one of the state of BGP. If it show you in idle and active, that means something is not good. So you can see from the log message, there is a neighbor reset that you're getting it. There is some neighbor response. So it's active on. It clearly shows that there is some typo error in your configuration, appear in wrong AS. This is why I said keep it in your notepad because it is easy for you to go back and validate. So we'll check now why it's saying that wrong peer. So on the first device, you configured this way. You were on 6500 and your neighbor was on 6501. On the second one, if you see, you did a mistake here. It should have been pointed to, this should be on 1 because this is your centermost device. Centermost device, the AS is 65001, right? See, this router belongs here. So your configuration should have been at this point pointing to this. Okay. And this is also to be captured as 01. And this is then this is correct way. So now what I'll do, I'll make some changes here. And over on the last device, let me validate. So last device, this is 1, okay? So we'll just reapply this on the centermost device first. If you want, you can remove them. So how to remove? You can add no command, no router BGP 65001. This will take out the complete process and then copy paste it. Then similar way, go to the last one and reset it. So you can say no router BGP 6500 and then paste this. Okay. Now time to come back and check the status on the very first router. Yeah, now you see the neighbor is up. If you go to the centermost device, you should have two neighbors now. One on the eBGP, the other one on IBGP. See, you have it here. So it is not going to show any more active or idle state. Instead, it will show you the neighborship uptime. So that means it's good now. Do we have any prefixes learned? What is prefix? Prefix in the sense, if this router, the last router is aware of any subnet, like in the case 28.28.28, does the first router know about it? How do you check? You can check in your routing table. So if you go and check show IP route, do you have anything for 28? You might be not having it yet, right? What if you check show IP BGP database table? See, you can see here 28. And from where is it coming? It's coming from 65001. So can you reach that? So 28.28.28.1. It's better you can give also the source interface. Show IP int brief. Might be you can give sourced by your physical interface here. You can also check the route to that. So 28.28.1. So it will say that it is been learned via this interface or this IP, and it's see, this is the tag. This is learned from dot two. So who is dot two with us? The centermost device. So if you check its interface now, you will find dot two added here, right? And if you open up the description now, so let's see what does it say. So E0/2 says that it is in eBGP relation. Okay. So these are some commands that you use it for the troubleshooting. You can also check one more item. Say, for example, you want to know the prefixes. So this is going to give you the prefixes being learnt. But in some cases, what happens, your BGP router might be neighbors with 4 different other BGP router. So how do you come to know that this BGP is learning this prefix from here and this from here and this from here? Because in your BGP table, all the prefix will be added. But how you know from where are you reading this? From where are you learning this? Or which neighbor is sending this? Because this is your neighbor now. So there is a command show IP BGP neighbor, and you can put your neighbor IP. And there is something called received routes. Okay. When you do this, by default, it is not configured. It's an add-on configuration. Because if you wanted to see this neighbor, what all this neighbor are giving me, which all prefixes I'm learning from this. So this is the command that you can run. But it's a command that has to be configured because by default, this feature is not enabled. So what you can do now, you can go to the second router. Okay, or let's say we will try here itself. I'll go to conf t. I'll first show it in this notepad. So I'll go to the first router. And within the router BGP statement, I'll add one additional line. So for my reference, I'll take this. Then there is something called soft reconfiguration inbound. So if you add this command and rework on the previous thing, see, now you will get the output like this. So that means from that neighbor, you're receiving this particular prefix, right? So in which situation do you think you need to know received and advertised? Let's say your BGP router is connected with multiple other BGP routers. So how do you come to know where are you learning that prefixes that is having some issues or that is going through some issues? So how do you come to know? Then only you can work on troubleshooting part. I'll just tell you. Give me 1 second. See, for example, if you also had this connected to another AS, this connected to another AS, and this connected to another AS, you're sitting across on this. You come to know that there is a problem with this prefix. How would you come to know that where is this prefix being learned? If you put show IP BGP, it will show you all the prefixes to you. But how do you troubleshoot? How do you come to know that this is coming from here and not from the other? So if you configure that soft configuration inbound, it will show you that you are receiving it from this one, not from the other. Then you can log into this site and you can check if there is any issues or if there is any configuration problems. Okay, see, I'll just show you. If you put this command now, it will show you that 28 is being learnt via .2. You can just check where is this connected and all those troubleshooting stuff. So you have this on gig 0/2, which is nothing but this. And if you have access to your own network diagram, you can see that this is connected to this. Then you can log into this, you can connect to this, and you can check if there is any configuration mistake and etc. etc. Okay, so that is from the CLI perspective. Let me also show you something on the Wireshark. So I see there is no packet for BGP. We can do one thing. Might be I started the BGP for different interface. It should have been gig 0/2. So I'll just rerun on 0/2. Because when you run the Wireshark, you should run it on a right interface. Otherwise, it will not capture your packet. Wireshark runs per interface basis. So what I'll do, I'll just shut down our interface and configure, rework on that so that there is a new TCP sessions coming in. So interface 0/2 shut down. So this will bring down our interface, our neighbors. Okay. Now I'll make it no shut because your Wireshark will start capturing and there are some packets now. So you filter with BGP. So you can see that these are the packets. These are the messages that goes keep open message, keep alive message, notification message, right? If you see the pattern before sending any BGP packets, see the first one was one BGP message just floating. Then you can see there were some SYN packet before sending an open message. SYN ACK because this is a TCP 179. You can also check all the detail in the parameters here. So you have port number. This is the port number. This is the source and destination. Okay. Then after those three messages, you can see the next BGP messages coming in. So you have open message, you have notification message, you will have the prefix being sent via update packets. If you see the open message, expand this. So this is going to be open message. Let's see update message. So if you open update message, you can see the NLRI concept. So NLRI is that packet which will carry your prefix information. So which prefix is this for? You can expand it. So this NLRI was for 28. For this prefix, this packet was sent. Similar way, if you open another update message and go to the NLRI section, you will see that it was for the route advertisement of 26 series. Okay. So Wireshark helps you get into the packet level and see what happens and if there is any problem, etc. CLI helps you to troubleshoot, fix, and see the config, whether you have a right configuration. And keeping it on a notepad helps you to always refer and check and fix the issues and re figure it. So this is how the class pattern would be. I just gave you one basic lab from one of my class. Rest you have already seen. This is how the workbooks are. It consists of more than 1,000 pages here. So we go topic by topic. This is a topic which I randomly picked from one of our book. Otherwise, I start with fundamentals first. We will start with switching topic, all that VLAN and trunk, VTP, STP, Ether channels, and then we get into the routing section. Okay, so don't feel you've been lost. This is just a demo class. The actual class we are starting from Saturday, the coming Saturday. So this is a admission phase now. So if you are interested, you can enroll. Next, I'll hand over to my counseling team. They will give you the price structure and the enrollment procedure for this batch. So this is going to be 6 to 7:30 p.m. on weekends, IST time zone. So which is comfortable with CST as well. Okay, and also for Australian time zone as well. So if you have any technical questions or anything, you can let me know. I think I've covered you and I've given you glimpse of most of the things today. How the things work, what is the course flow, what is the workbook looks like. Otherwise, this website is with you. This is also going to cover the same flow. We are going with fundamentals, bridging topic, and core NRC, then SD-WAN, then the Catalyst Center, and then the CCIE Enterprise training. It's all together 5 to 7 months. If you want to combine few or take them parallelly, like SD-WAN and CCNP parallelly, then you can close it up in 4 months as well. Okay, then you can start preparing for your exams or attempt your exams. So if there is any question, you can let me know from technical perspective. For the enrollment and for the pricing, please stay back. The counseling team will guide you.
Sorry, just want to find out.
Yeah, go ahead.
I see this is for NP,
Yeah,
for IE Enterprise.
correct. So for II Enterprise, we have a different topology and different workbook. Okay, so if you're taking up the whole combo, you can take that way, or if you're taking only the exam perspective for CCIE Enterprise, then also you can take only that portion. For someone who is beginning, I would recommend to go from the first topic. So my counselor will guide you with that. You can also ping him if you have any customized requirement. So so he can guide you over call as well.
Hi, Sagar.
Yeah.
So I have a quick question on the lab topology. So in this lab topology, do you have XR routers or only XC devices we have?
This will have iOS and XE. We don't need XR in enterprise. That's a service provider topic.
Okay,
Here we only need XE and iOS.
okay, Sagar.
Yeah. We do have XR. If you need something on your personal thing, we can give you, but it
Yeah,
is not needed in enterprise topic.
yeah, because my most of the work is on XR only, so that's why. Okay.
Okay. Sajid, you there in the call? By the way, anyone have any question, please let me know.
Are these going to be recorded and available once the course starts?
Yes, the recordings are lifetime accessible. So all the classes of 4 5 months would be recorded and given in the web portal format, which would be lifetime accessible. Okay. So Sajid will clear all those doubts. Sajid, are you there? I'll make you host.
Okay, I will take it from you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Yeah, hello everyone. Myself, Sajid. I'm here to give you details regarding this course enrollment and all the access details and everything. So, can you please quickly confirm me? Like, can you guys see my screen?
Yes, Sanjay.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for confirmation. So here I will be giving you details for this CCNP to CCIE Enterprise course. Okay, so let me start with my first slide. As you can see here, I have mentioned details for the CCNP to CCIE Enterprise, which is version 1.1 training. So here, these all modules we are going to cover. So we'll be covering Encore, NRC, then SD-WAN, then SD Access, then DNAG, and there will be CCIE Enterprise version 1.1 theory topics will be there, and at the end there will be the CCIE Enterprise Bootcamp. So in the bootcamp we'll be having the total lab scenarios which will be helping you guys to prepare for your certification examination. Okay, and so here, anyone is willing to go for CCNP Enterprise itself. So they'll be going to continue with the same batch itself. They'll be learning Encore, then they'll be learning NRC. Then those who are enrolled for CCNP, they'll be parting away from here. And those who are enrolled for CCI Enterprise, so they'll be continuing their next module is SD-WAN, SD Access, DNAG, like this. Like Encore, NRC, and SD Access, or DNAC, or SD-WAN, or some may are looking for boot camp as well. So as per your requirement, you can enroll for it as well. Okay, and here these all topics will be going to cover in this total CCNP to CCI Enterprise track. Okay, and here I have mentioned details for the course schedule. So here you'll be getting like this will be going to be a weekend batch, Saturday and Sunday from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. IST for this dedicated Encore NRC module. Okay. Then let's say we are starting with the SD-WAN module. So that will be on a same time or different time. So we'll be making here little bit changes to the flexible time for each and everyone who are enrolled. So let's say SD-WAN will be of 2 hours or 2.5 hours. It may require we can keep it for 2 to 3 hours. And this, let me say, some might think like this is only 1.5 hour of session. So this will be for dedicated. Let's say for 1 month there will be a 1.5 hour of session, and as per the time availability, so the trainer will be taking 2 hours or 2.5 hours. So he'll be covering all the topics with the feasible time. Okay, so there should not be like we are extending till a very long period, or it should not feel like we are taking a very small session. So there should be a proper designed and um, a particular timed sessions. Okay, and the overall course duration will be 6 months. Okay, and one more thing, like let's say if anyone want to complete few of the topics or few of the modules in a earlier time. Let's say someone want to complete Encore, NRC, and SD-WAN in 3 months or something like that. So same way at this time we'll be having the Encore NRC batch, and one more on either on weekdays or weekend morning time or weekend evenings different time. So you can join the SD-WAN batch, and like that you'll be completing your both of the modules in the same time period of 3 months. As per your requirement also you can join the modules. Okay, we have that flexibility too. Okay, And yeah, let me move towards my next slide. So as you guys can see here, so I have mentioned details for access we are providing once you are going to enroll for this course. So firstly, let me mention you, like, you'll be getting the lifetime recording access of your classes, which will be attending through the Zoom meeting. That will be recorded to the G Drive, and that will be recorded in the Google Cloud. From there, it will be get uploaded to our LMS. So from LMS, you can access your recordings whenever you want, and that will remain with you for lifetime accessible. Whenever you want, you can access your recordings in case if you are practicing for any of your interview preparation, any of your reference for your production work, or you're preparing for your certification or anything. You can refer the videos and you can practice it up, so that will remain with you for lifetime accessible. And the second point is here, if in case if you missed out any of your classes, so you can get the recordings instantly once the class is completed in meantime of 1 to 1.5 hours. So after that, the recordings are visible on your LMS, so you can go through the recordings and you can catch up for your next class on the Sunday. So if you have any doubts there in the recordings, you can just clear with the trainer, and either you can clear like once the session is near to end. So the trainer Sagar sir will be taking you a short brief explanation on it, and like that you can clear your doubts and you can be on the same pace with the batch. Okay. And like this you'll be having your lifetime recording access. Okay. And we'll be providing you the remote lab access, which are hosted on our servers and cloud servers, that you can access it totally remotely 24/7 unlimited. Whenever you want, you can access the labs. Okay. And for CCNP Enterprise, you'll be getting the dedicated 6 months of remote lab access, that you can access it totally remotely 24/7 unlimited. Whenever you want, you can access the labs. Okay. And those are going for the CCIE Enterprise, they'll be getting the dedicated lab access of 1 year. So for time lab of 1 year, whenever you want, you can access your labs, which are hosted on our servers and cloud servers. Okay. And the next is, like, we'll be providing you the all the downloadable materials, you can say, like workbooks, PPTs, PDFs, lab manuals, all the reading materials, all the script materials, what all configuration we are doing in the classes, that all configurations you'll be getting, everything will be going to provide you. You don't need to worry about that. And the G Drive access remains with you for lifetime. If in case if you missed out any material, you can re-download it once again. Okay. And we'll be providing you the home lab setup as well. Let's say if you are having the good configuration of your system, or let's say if you are having your personal servers at your end, so you can host labs on your personal laptop or on your personal servers. So we'll be helping you out, we'll be assisting you out to set up a lab on your systems. Okay. You just need to download the required files from our G Drive, so which will be given using our G Drive. Once you download that one, you just need to just raise a ticket on our support DL saying I have downloaded so and so files for home lab setup. So one of our team member will connect with you using a remote sharing screen, and you'll be doing the setup on your systems, and that you can access it lifetime. Whenever you want, you can access the labs. Okay. And we'll be providing you the 24/7 backend support from our team. If you are facing any issues, any queries regarding to the course, or regarding to the portal, or regarding to the lab, or it may be related to the course topics, or it may be related to the classes, or it may be related to the labs while practicing. If you're stuck somewhere, you are not able to move forward. So in that case, you just need to drop an email on support DL instantly. One of our team member will check with it, and he'll be redirecting to the person who can look into it, and you'll be getting the resolution back with the email. Okay. And if required, so team will be connecting you with a over a remote sharing screen, and you'll be getting your resolution. Okay. And yeah, this all access and everything you'll be getting once you are going to enroll for this course. Okay.